Hi Denise.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic. How do you think the day's gone so far?
I think events like this are absolutely amazing because what it does is it regenerates your whole sort of like approach, you know, because you're doing your day job and you know patient opinion's part of that, but when you come here you're enthused again by the whole sort of a process and why you wanted to subscribe to patient opinion. So I love events like this. I think the day in itself, that mixture of information giving, a bit of fun, a bit of learning, has worked really well. And I think, you know, in terms of sort of like going back enthused tomorrow, I've been sat on the toilet thinking, oh, what are we going to do tomorrow in relation to patient opinion, you know, moving that forward.
Fantastic, that's great to hear. Is there any sort of one thing you think you take away from the day so far, or anything that's particularly inspired you?
Well, actually, there's two things. The chap who talked about the addiction services, one thing I'd never considered, and this might encourage some of our patients, is to actually ask a question on patient opinion, because sometimes I think we've discussed in discussions with patient opinions and colleagues how difficult it is often to either be critical or positive, and people who are positive sometimes think, oh, I don't really want to, it's not worth putting it on. People who are critical sometimes think, oh, I don't want to be named. But if we started to encourage people by asking a question, and particularly in some of the service areas where they feel a bit, you know, uncomfortable maybe asking those questions. So that is one thing that I feel very strongly about. The other thing, which is quite reassuring, is listening to the other speakers, talking again to the staff at Patient Opinion. A month into it, I shouldn't be over anxious that we haven't gotten a posting yet. So I think that's been really helpful as well.
And you've had any inspiration about what you'll do when you get back?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing, actually it came out in a presentation, but one of the things before that presentation, I said to Kim that I think when we get our engagement manager starting in April, one of her tasks is actually going to be search out champions in all of the service areas, because Kim has done an absolutely excellent job of the marketing packages and adapting that and sending it out. But I suppose my fear is they're lying in someone's office, and although I've had a couple of people who are really keen to move that on, I think if when Jo arrives in April, she's the engagement manager, if she could actually go to those 8 service areas as an initial starting point, talk to someone about patient opinion, talk them through the packs, and then in a way they become our champion in the service areas. So what I think I might do as well is speak to Patient Opinion when Jo starts and get her over to Sheffield, so she can have a bit of the sort of in the sort of like the environment that I felt when I first got involved in Patient Opinion, that sort of enthusiasm from the staff. And I think that sort of like, it's probably better than me enthusing her about it. So that's a task for me to do when she starts. So.
Fantastic, lovely, thank you.